Y'all ready to be history?
Get started.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
To the Pro Audio Suite.
These guys are professional. They're motivated.
With Tech to the VO stars. George Whittam, founder of Source Elements. Robert Marshall, international audio engineer. Darren Robbo Robertson. And Global Voice. Andrew Peters. Thanks to Tribooth. Austrian Audio. Making passion heard. Source Elements. George the Tech Whittam. And Robbo and AP's international demos. To find out more about us, check theproaudiosuite.com.
Line up, ladies!
Here we go.
And welcome to another Pro Audio Suite, thanks to Tribooth. Don't forget the code TRIPAP 200. That will get you $200 off your Tribooth and Austrian Audio, making passion heard. You may be hearing AI voices all over the place at the moment. I'm certainly hearing them. But SAG-AFTRA have just sent out a mail to all their members about AI voices and entering contracts, which, Robbo, you've got in front of you. Do you want to...
I do. It says, important notice regarding assigning rights to creative and license or use digital replicas of your voice in audiobooks. Given the emergence of AI audiobook companies, the broad concerns around the use of digital voices in audiobooks and the importance of having union protections in this arena, with the unanimous support of SAG-AFTRA Audiobook Steering Committee, the Executive Committee of the National Board has voted to issue a no contract, no work order against companies seeking to create and license or use digital voice replicas for audiobooks. Therefore, SAG-AFTRA members are hereby informed that no member may enter into agreements with companies seeking to create and license or use digital replicas of their voice or to train AI systems for use in audiobooks until such time as the company becomes a signatory to a SAG-AFTRA agreement. Members are further advised that violation of such order may result in disciplinary action in accordance with the SAG-AFTRA Constitution. So there you go. Unless they've signed up with SAG, you can't work for them.
Work with them.
With AI.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my question is, how do you know who that is? You have to, are they providing a list of who's naughty and
as
nice?
a reminder, during film, television, it doesn't say here, but you would think they would have some sort of resource. Yeah, absolutely.
That's one thing. I think one other thing I heard was that I believe 11 labs, I believe is supposed to have, or some, if you try to clone a voice, it will ask you, okay, if you're going to clone this voice, have this voice read this or that, so that you have to have the person you're cloning available to say what it is that they say, so that they can verify that you, that's how they're trying to verify permission.
Yeah, sort of like a unique code or whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because it's a real problem. Like people just throwing anybody's voice into the theft machine, and then I've seen editors do it all over the place.
You could also argue that if you've got enough dialogue from the person you're trying to clone, you could actually just cut around what you want them to say anyway.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
What's the story with YouTube? Was that something else that we were talking about?
Well, I'm trying to get the details on it now, but my understanding is that if your account is one of those headless accounts, meaning that, there's no face, there's no identity, it's just
a page.
voice.
Yeah.
And it's cut together stock footage oftentimes. And that's about it. And it's like an explainer channel, like the biggest boats in the world, stuff like that, There's tons of those channels. If the voice is 100% AI and there's really no identity to the creator, there's really no human element to it, they will no longer allow you to monetize it. That's a good thing. That's a really interesting choice that they've made. Now, Robert made a good point. He's like, somebody's making money off of it. Just means that you aren't. you, the owner of that channel, aren't going to make anything, but somebody is, meaning the company.
Well, also it's content, so it's drawing eyeballs to YouTube. Right. So they're obviously making money because they're getting people's eyeballs.
So I'm thinking they got some pressure from some of their biggest creators. They probably had a little bit of a powwow. That's what I'm thinking. They all sat down together or had a meeting and were like, listen, you guys, we're not happy that we're competing against AI as creators. We're not happy about this. That's my best guess is, what happened, but who really knows? All I know is YouTube studios are right here in LA. I wish I knew somebody on the inside over there.
Yeah. Look,
it'd be
you guys
interesting.
probably aren't privy to it, but my kids are on YouTube Kids, and the amount of stuff that's clearly just AI that gets shoved up there
Yeah.
is out of control.
Well, it's happening
really
on
is.
Spotify now too. There was a phenomenon in the last week that got out on the press that there's a band that's totally fabricated. And that it's getting actual real numbers, in terms of viewer listenership and it's deplorable. I mean,
And they're just doing that to save themselves a little bit of, royalty money.
I guess. I mean, even the thumbnail of the band, the picture of the band, the album cover of the band, you don't have to look at it for more than 3 seconds and go, that's an AI generated image. That's not real people,
Yeah. It's interesting. I saw an interview with Nick Cave, and he was talking about AI and the creative process of anything that's art, whether it's painting, music, whatever. The whole human aspect of the creative process, if you take that away, what are you going to end up with? Like once it's gone, it's gone. Like if I say to an AI bot, make me a song that sings about spring and birds and riding a bike or something, and out comes this song. There's no creative process. It's just an AI bot.
There's no expression to it. The thing I like the best is like after you kill all the artists, right? Now no artist can make a living, so no one's writing songs, no one's doing anything. Then the only thing the AI has to feed on is itself. So it's just going to it's going to turn into it's like a room in a room in a room in a room. You're just going to end up with just the reverb and no actual source material. It's just going to sound like shit.
Well, that's the problem when bots start talking to one another. Because if you think about every human being's, our capacity in our brain, you multiply that by 8.4 billion people, that's what AI's got. We've only got one brain. So the AI is going to be so much more intelligent than we are. So it's not going to refer to us to get information. It's going to go after another AI bot because it's more intelligent than we are.
Well, I mean, we have to constantly teach it that we are the best source for knowledge. So it wants to use us, it is trainable, but you do have to train it. It's is it weird? The more I've been using it, and I have been using it a lot more, I've been using it to generate content, like web page content, marketing content, like, summarizing things, responding to emails. And the more you train your model about who you are, how your voice is, how you talk, how you answer, the more it sounds like you. It's crazy. I can now drop an email, drop an entire letter in there, and I don't even tell it what to do. It just says, I drafted a response. Would you like to use this? And I read through it and I'm like, that's okay. That'll do.
I'm looking at this AI picture from the band, and when you look at it, do you know when the first giveaways is that large diaphragm mic that doesn't exist?
What?
The picture of the fake Spotify band.
Yeah.
The album cover. Okay. And you see the guy with his eyes closed, smiling or singing. Okay. What the fuck kind of mic stand is that? Where's the yoke? Where's the cable for the mic? What is going on there? That's some AI invention.
Right.
It's interesting. I saw another thing on, there's a big campaign in the UK. Simon Pegg was being interviewed. And it's all about writing letters, like getting back into actually sitting down with a pen and a piece of paper and writing a letter, because no one does it anymore. I mean, the last time I wrote a letter would have been in the 90s.
Or the Stratocaster looks all weird. It has 4 bolts for the pickup. And the frets are crazy tight.
It's sad.
If they're going to do this, they should at least filter it so people what a bunch of garbage that they even did this.
Well, they should actually put in the title or in the band description, AI band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
This gives a lot of authenticity to the monkeys.
It's funny though, Andrew, just got what you're going back to saying about writing a letter. I used to do a podcast with a mutual friend of ours, and we sort of didn't really see eye to eye at the end of the podcast. But one thing that he used to do that I thought was a really good idea was he had postcards made up with the name of the podcast on the front and the sort of image that we used on our website. And on the back, it was just a postcard. And when we had guests on, he would actually hand write a postcard and mail it. And I just kind of thought, you know what? That's a really nice touch. I got to give it to him. That is one of those things, it would turn up in the mail. You can just imagine it turning up in the mail and you're going, that took a bit of effort, a bit of thinking about.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So I'm actually putting Andrew forward to start doing that for us.
Yeah, in block capitals, that's about all I can do these days. But it's funny because when I was doing one of the TV series here, Dancing with the Stars, every new series, I'd get to the booth and there would be a handwritten letter and a bottle of French champagne from the host.
Yeah, see, nice, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It makes you feel appreciated.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's not just, I'll shoot an email or I'll, or whatever.
Send a text.
Yeah, it's nice. It's personal. It's, and there's so much of that that's not around anymore.
Maybe we should invent an AI that writes letters for us.
It's called ChatGPT.
Well, I tell you what, one thing AI could do better than me is handwriting. Christ, you should see mine. I should have been a doctor. Christ almighty.
Maybe we need an AI automaton to write letters for us.
Exactly. I know.
That could be,
Yep.
Old-fashioned and all combined into one.
Yep. It's not AI, but I mean something else that we sort of seem to be doing around the house more and more is we've got one of those Google sort of, screens and speakers around the house and all that sort of stuff. And sort of Tanae and I find ourselves starting to leave messages for each other, set a reminder for 9 o'clock in the morning. Hey, hey babe, don't forget to, put the kids' lunch boxes in their school box or whatever. And rather than, sort of saying it to each other and all that sort of stuff, it's weird how it changes your lifestyle.
Is it become something that you both mutually do now?
Yeah. Just because you're standing in the kitchen and, because Tanae started working 3 days a week. So you're standing in the kitchen and at whatever, and this little reminder pops up, that she's left for whatever time.
Right.
Whatever.
But you don't hear it in her voice. It's just the voice of the assistant.
It just pops up.
Yeah.
Is this your assistant going, hey, Tanae set a reminder for blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So,
I wonder why the default isn't just to have it be your own voice.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would be nice.
It wouldn't be that hard.
No. No. Well, it's listening to everything else anyway. Let's be honest.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so true. I have this wristwatch that's off right now, or the battery's dead. But this thing's called a bee computer, like the honeybee. And it's just a microphone that if I charge it, it just listens to literally everything.
Oh, you were saying this. It records all your phone calls and all that
keeps
stuff.
notes. And I've stopped using it the last couple of weeks because I don't do that much in real life with people anymore. I mean, I just don't. I'm always on Zoom. So Zoom's already taking all the notes. And then the stuff that I would want this for, I'm not authorized to use it for.
Yeah.
Exactly. AKA my partner.
There you go.
She does not want this thing listening on all our conversations, taking notes, putting summary.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, listen, I got this to help me remember things. Like, that's why I got it, because I forget stuff. And you get frustrated when I forget stuff. She's like, yeah, I don't want that happening. I don't want it listening to my conversation. I was like, all right.
That's why I have bits of paper, you see, and I just make lists.
Yeah, notes is fine.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I learned that off my old man. My old man's in his 80s and he still keeps a notebook and a pen in his top pocket just to remind himself of stuff.
And got an ink stain in his top pocket of his shirt.
Sometimes, yep.
Yeah, exactly. That's old-fashioned. We actually talk about old-fashioned. Over the weekend, we thought, let's drag out a board game.
Wow. Yeah, well,
because everyone sits around sitting on their phone or watching TV or whatever.
I know we're sounding fuddy-duddies, but my daughter was here for almost 3 weeks. I'm really upset. We never played a single board game. I was like, hey, let's play Monopoly. She's like,
So now there's board games that combine the two.
Well, we played Monopoly, but the Stranger Things version of Monopoly. They've never been opened. It's been sitting in there for years. But after a few vinos when I'm playing, I decided that because there was a Walkman was one of the objects that to move around the board. There was a car. There was a piece of pizza, whatever it was. So it ended up anyway. So I was getting songs that went with whoever was throwing the dice for their objects. So it was like, I don't know whether you can hear any of this.
Nah, it's filtering it.
So there's the Walkman, Cliff Richard when he's doing on his roller skates.
Wired for sound.
Yeah. And then, of course, he had a car, so it was like, had to have a bit of this for Henry.
He's filtering it out of it.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, how long is it since you've picked up a deck of cards? You know, it's like play solitaire or whatever. You know, like I used to do that all the time. I don't even know that we've got a deck of cards in the house anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a couple, but mainly because they're a novelty. One is a Banksy set of cards. It's all Banksy stuff on all the cards. And I have another one that's from a bicycle event I do with my buddies. And for the 30th anniversary, he printed pictures of all of us on the backs of the playing cards, you know?
Nice.
But
That's a good idea.
I mean, the guy that leads that event actually is a total retro grouch. He doesn't even have a smartphone. He doesn't show up to the race with a phone. He's like, if you show up late, tough titties. You know what I mean? Like you show up on time, right? And so he even invented his own board game and sold it, you know, and it's a tough game to play with people because, you know, it makes you delve into some deep, dark stuff. It's really intense. And I'm like, so I had that game from him that I don't know anybody who wants to play with me. I have another one that's about name that sound. It's like a sound game it's too tough for a lot of people to play. So I might have to end up going to one of those nerdy board game places to play games.
Yeah.
Those are getting really popular now. I've gone into I went into one to buy a game for somebody as a gift, and there must have been 3 different gaming rooms, you know, in this store, and they were full of people. I mean, the place was packed, you know. Now, location-wise, that was up near Hollywood. Anything that's in the Valley, Hollywood area, really close to the animation studios, that's where the geekier animation people are. So they're all into that stuff, right? But down on my side of town, you'd be hard-pressed to find those kind of places as much. But yeah, I guess if you want to play games in real life, I mean, a friend of ours used to have us over for games. We play something called Catan or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely fallen away. We need to do more in real life physical gaming.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think bring the family together in general. I mean, God, you know, you look at our house, 4 kids, dinner time is, you know, 4 iPads on the table. You know, all that sort of stuff. And look, you know, you can sort of make rules and all that sort of stuff, but the reality is, it's impossible. It really is to sort of, you know, like we make them sort of turn them off and at least have a conversation. But after a while, they're fucking back into it and all the rest of it. You know, you're only delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, that's true. What's wrong with Robert?
I don't know. He's on and off, on and off.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
It's like boing. He's obviously using his neighbour's internet for sure.
Bouncing.
But we've gone way off topic.
We have, haven't we?
So
there you go.
So if you're into AI, good on you, but go and buy Monopoly.
Well, that was fun. Is it over?
The Pro Audio Suite, with thanks to TriBooth and Austrian Audio. Recorded using Source Connect. Edited by Andrew Peters and mixed by Robbo. Got your own audio issues? Just ask Robbo.com. With tech support from George the Tech Whittam. Don't forget to subscribe to the show and join in the conversation on our Facebook group. To leave a comment, suggest a topic, or just say g'day, drop us a note at our website, theproaudiosuite.com.